to keep them from suffering. I had a real bad problem depriving people of their lives. It wasn't the aspect of killing them, it was the aspect of possessing their bodies afterwards.
Usually when you hear the term serial killers, you think Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer. But imagine a man who is 6'9", weighs 300 pounds, and has an IQ of 145, placing him in the top 0.1% of the population. He is polite, well-spoken, and remarkably self-aware. If you met him, you wouldn't feel fear, you'd feel respect. This is the mask of sanity, a term coined by psychiatrist Hervey Cleckley to describe the chillingly normal exterior of a high-functioning psychopath. Today, we're looking at Edmund Kemper, but not just as a killer. We're looking at him as the man who forced the FBI to rethink everything they knew about the human mind. In 1964, at just 15 years old, Kemper had committed his first double homicide, killing his grandparents. He was sent to a Atascadero State Hospital, a facility for the criminally insane. Most people see this as a tragedy of the past, but for us, it is a lesson in medical manipulation. Kemper didn't just serve his time, he studied the doctors. He memorized the psychiatric tests and learned exactly what normal looked like. By 1969, he convinced the board he was rehabilitated. They even expunged his juvenile record. To understand what happened next, we have to look at the FBI's organized versus disorganized typology. This is a foundational concept in criminology. Disorganized killers act on impulse. Their crime scenes are chaotic. Organized killers, like Kemper, are methodical. They hunt. Kemper targeted co-eds, young, bright university students. But in the legal and psychological sense, these women were surrogates. He wasn't killing them for who they were. He was killing them because they represented the mother he loathed but couldn't yet confront.
This is me back then in 1972 and 73. Unable to live with the fact that I just stabbed to death and cut the throat of an innocent young woman. Innocent in the sense that she did not plan on that happening. She didn't do anything specifically for that to happen to her.
This is a psychological phenomenon known as displacement. The most chilling part of Kemper's education was his relationship with the police. He was so organized that he became a regular at a local cop bar, the jury room. He was a police buff, a common trait in organized offenders who seek to insert themselves into the investigation to maintain control. When he finally killed his mother in 1973, it wasn't a loss of control, it was the completion of his project. He had finally reached the source of his rage. When Kemper turned himself in, he did something no other killer had done. He opened his mind to the FBI. He sat down with pioneers John Douglas and Robert Ressler, helping them build the behavioral science unit. He explained the why behind the how. Because of Kemper, we now understand the McDonald triad, the childhood warning signs of animal cruelty and bedwetting. Because of Kemper, we have the term serial killer. The Kemper case leaves us with a haunting question for the justice system. If a mind is brilliant enough to map its own depravity, can it ever truly be cured? Or is it simply learning to wear a better mask?